Okay, chosen ones, tap in. There is truly only one chosen one per family, per immediate family, okay? Immediate family. Meaning out of your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brothers. Only one of them is the true chosen one. The one that is truly chosen by the ancestors to come through, reincarnate, to live this purpose, and to go about their life in the divine way, the spiritual way, the self-healing journey, the tapping into the truth, to understanding and knowing the truth, to search and seek and find the truth. And the thing about it is, like, when there's only one chosen one per family, you may have moments, especially, a lot of us come from narcissistic families, probably all of us come from narcissistic families, but what tends to happen is that you have the counterfeit chosen one, the copycat, the one that wants to claim themselves to be chosen because they have a similar background to what, like, the chosen one endures. Like, yes, you can, in a narcissistic family, you can have more than one black sheep, okay? Because the roles switch around and stuff like that. And, there could be more than one scapegoat. However, there is truly only one chosen one per family. The one that is fully, because to be chosen is not, a lot of people want to call themselves a chosen one just because they were born into a narcissistic family. They look at the criteria, right? Like, born into a narcissistic family, you've been different, you've been ostracized, bullied, and just going through a lot in your developmental years of life, dealing with mental health, just dealing with a lot of pain, dealing with a lot of trauma. However, what makes a chosen one a true chosen one is, despite all of the darkness that they went through, their faith in God remained steady. Their relationship with God has grown stronger. And you can tell the maturity of a person by the maturity in their spirit. Because when people mature spiritually, they're getting a stronger relationship with God. God is working on them one-on-one. And they're having their quiet time with God. They truly know thyself. You have a moment, and before a chosen one awakens, they have their moments where the veil is just over their face, where before the veil is lifted, before they go through their dark night of the soul, before they go through their spiritual awakening, they're just enduring all of this pain. But not one time do they ever question God. Like, well, God, why are you putting me under all this? And God, like, they never curse God. They will never curse God and die. They will never curse God. They don't look, they don't ever get angry with God when they go through stuff that they go through. One thing that they get angry at is they'll get angry at the devil, get angry at the enemy, because they know that the enemy, the devil's be sending them attacks. Other times they get angry at the enemies of theirs, or they can get even angry at themselves because they see the role that they played in it. They're so self-aware that they see how they played the role in their own, destruction. How they played the role. Don't want to even say demise, because it's not like you fully went into a demise, but setback. Thank you. How they played the role in their own setback, how their own shortcomings. We all fall short. We all have shortcomings. We all have setbacks. But one thing about a chosen one is that they are able to look themselves in the mirror and self-reflect and be self-aware. The chosen one is the embodiment of unconditional love. We are walking unconditional love. We are walking karma. So what you do to us will bounce back off of us, and it'll happen to you. It won't always happen in the same exact way, but the same heat that you put on us, you will feel that heat some type of way. If you are good to us, then your life will continue to be blessed. But also, the chosen one, they embody what it means to be self-aware, to look themselves in the mirror, to understand, understand, and overstand who they are, where they are in their place in life, and how they are implementing themselves. they're so self-aware to a point where, like, when they make a mistake, they can identify their mistake. We spend a lot of times dissecting ourselves, a lot of times looking within. You cannot call yourself a chosen one if you don't look within. You cannot call yourself a chosen one if you have no relationship with God. Because if you have no relationship with God and you say that you're chosen for what? You're chosen for what? Because what exactly are you chosen? What exactly are you fighting for? Because the thing is, before a lot of us even awakened to the fact that we were chosen ones, we just knew that we had a great purpose in this world. We have always felt we've had a great purpose, but we've always felt that even if we did not stay religious, because a lot of us were born into religious, households, but there was something about, like, we just had this connection with spirit that never faltered. It grew stronger over time. We just had this deep, soul-seated trust and faith in God that was always there, even when we weren't fully aware of it. And it's because of our relationship with God and how we have grown in our relationship with God and grown in our faith, we have also grown within ourselves. And there are people out here that want to call themselves chosen ones, but have not one time been through the dark night of the soul. They want to call themselves the chosen one, but they don't look within. They don't face their shadows. They don't look in the mirror and are not self-aware of who they are and their mistakes that they have made. They have not gone within to try to understand their pain, to understand who they are. Because as a chosen one, you can say, yes, I've been through all of this stuff, but this is what I've learned from all of that. The wisdom that I've gained, I've learned all of this, and this is the version of myself that I have become because of that. You see your life as happening for you, not to you. And there are people that want to claim and call themselves chosen ones because they see it's something trending, or because they're trying to copycat someone around them, close to them, that is a chosen one, or they think that this is a way for them once again to get attention and stuff like that. But let's just be real, because you probably got some people in your energy that are constantly copying you, constantly watching your stuff and watching the things that you post. You post a lot about chosen ones, and let's be real, were they ever talking about being a chosen one until you started talking about it? Yeah, because if they truly were a chosen one, they would have found that information on their own, and not where they had to find it from. Like, they would have awakened to that on their own, and not just jumping on the bandwagon when someone else was already talking about it. It's like you had been talking about, been awakened to the fact that you were chosen, been talking about your experience on being a chosen one, and then here come these copycats coming out of nowhere like, oh yeah, I'm one too. You Me Too pick me ass. Okay. And another thing about it is that those counterfeits, it's like they're very pretentious. It's because they have to continue to throw stuff in people's face just to kind of like they'll sit there and just keep throwing out the word, like, any chance they can get throwing out, like, oh yeah, chosen one comes on my algorithm, and I'm a chosen one, and then chosen one, and then chosen one, and then chosen one, and they're saying it in everyday context, saying it in everyday conversation, and it's just like, yeah, how those people, how you have like narcissistic people, they're saying like, but I'm a good person, but I'm a really nice guy, and they have to keep saying that because they know that they're not a good person. Deep down, they're not a good person. Deep down, he's not a good guy, but he has to keep saying this to get you to believe it. You see, those people, counterfeits, they say all of this, but their actions do not back up. But true chosen ones, they do before they say. They do more than they say. They don't always have to say something. They don't always have to bring it out. They don't always have to just throw it out there and throw and brag and list all of they don't have to do all of that because they just embody it. They just are it. It's like, I am that I am. So listen, because I've been having to bite my tongue with talking to certain people, and it's just like, guys, like, you know what? Don't even engage with that, because that's what they want. They want you to be like, well, what if both of us are? What if they want me to get engaged with it, but it's just like, nah, let them go ahead and live their own fantasy, because the real one I'm gonna show out, show up and show out in their life, so we see who the real one is. But it's all right.